In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to install these quiet USB 12-volt fans in my pop-up camper. Let's get into the video. So being able to pop up the camper in the garage is a huge perk, but one of the things that I have to do every time I open the pop-up camper is I've got to come over here and lock my garage door. Don't ask me what happens if you don't do that and someone opens the garage door. Bad things. Last thing I need to do is turn on the power. And I have my cutoff switch because my batteries are, where am I going? My batteries are inside my pop-up. I had my cutoff switch put underneath my pop-up camper, which is pretty cool. So my camper came with one of these plugs for 12 volt that actually hooks up to a fan that clipped onto this bar that had a light on it. I actually threw mine away because I just didn't like it. The fan was extremely loud and the light was okay. And I do a lot of winter camping, so I really didn't need the fan. But I wanted to utilize the 12 volt wiring that's going into the roof. And I thought about if I could put a USB plug here, then I could charge my tablets and phone on top of my netting above my beds. And that's what I did. So let me show you what I did on this side. I just got done installing this little USB 12 volt plug by utilizing the same wiring that was already in the roof. And now I can plug in my phones and this 12 volt USB fan that works extremely well, and it is so quiet, man. You cannot even hear it. It's got 2 speeds, and I think I'm gonna utilize this in the early fall when I do like my mountain biking enduro trips, or late spring where it gets a little bit hot at night to sleep. So really looking forward to this, and more than anything, guys, it's just a place to charge your phone. You know, my USB charger is down here, and we're always tripping over the wires, and that's one reason why I bought the Jackery that I put on the dinette to charge our phones and my batteries for my cameras and whatnot. So really looking forward to this. Let me show you how I did on the other side now. So I went back outside underneath the camper and turned off the power to my batteries. So the power is shut off right now. And all that's holding these together are some push connectors, I guess you call them. I'm not a big fan of them because I think if you don't push them down all the way, it's a weak point and they could slip out. But just take those apart and let's see how these are. On the other side, I actually had to recut them because they were so bad. This side doesn't look too bad. Might be all right, which will be nice. So this is all you're taking off, is just a positive and neutral, positive and negative, depending on how you want to look at it. On the other side, I kind of dug out this foam, and I'm going to do the same on this side too, just to give a little bit more room for the wiring to go up in there. So I just got done cutting out this piece of aluminum, and all this is going to act as is a backer between the ceiling and the screw, so it protects the wires on the other end. Unfortunately, on that side, I chose the orientation basically north and south, and my OCD is kicking in and I want them to match. I actually cut one of these out on the other side too, but on this side, I think it's really going to be needed. And again, it's just going to act as a protector so I don't put that screw right into the wire. So I bought these USB chargers off of eTrailer.com, and it's 2 chargers at 2.1 amps, and I think it's a 5 volt system, but they work really well. It's a little bit deeper. I don't know if you can see this, but it peaks up just a little bit, so you want to make sure you have room to put the wires in there. All right, now on this side, it's gonna be tricky because I'm gonna need more room. So on the king side, which that's the side I'm working on right now, you're gonna have 2 more wires, I think 3 more wires actually, and those are going to, I think, the Wi-Fi booster on top of the roof. So don't be Shocked if you see more wires on this side. I think that should be good. Take a Sharpie, line it up the best you can. All right. Pull that down. Take a little drill bit just to start it. And again, this is where that backer piece really makes a difference. See, and I went through it, which is fine because these are short little screws. This ceiling roof is literally probably 1/16th, maybe less, probably 1/16th, 32nd of an inch. I mean, it's thin. It's just aluminum, maybe metal, sheet metal. See if I can really get these in here now. Do a better job. Two little screws. That's it, boys. I probably should have tested that. Let me grab the fan. All right, I just turned the power back on. Moment of truth. And I'll leave links to all this stuff. These came off of eTrailer, and these USB fans came off Amazon. And obviously these things are made, there's like desk fans, and I'm hanging them upside down. That was kind of my plan all along. You can slide this where you want it. And then there she goes. It's working. I mean, these things put off a good amount of air, and they're not loud. You know, I don't mind sleeping with a little bit of noise. I mean, my kids have sound machines on, but I don't know, those fans that come with the Rockwood or the Flagstaff, that little 12-volt plastic things, I mean, it's like Mach 6. Annoying, and it really didn't put off that much air. This thing puts off way more air. I don't know if you can hear that in my mic, but so I'm pretty happy with this. And again, it's not just for fans. I'm able to charge my phones and stuff like that. So in my opinion, these things right here are worthless. But what do you do? All right, so unplug this, snap this bad boy on. Man, I'm pumped on this, guys. I've got 4 USB, 2 USBs on each side. I've got 2 fans that are quiet, that put off a good amount of volume of air. These things aren't cheap from eTrailer. I think off the top of my head, they're around the $25 to $30 range each, so they kind of are expensive. However, you can charge your phone. You can plug anything in this USB that you can hang in the net up here. Before, you couldn't do that, so you know, weigh the pros and cons and the cost. These things are drawing. I think I've got all 4 lights on, and I'm pulling 29 watts, and one of them's running on speed 2. That one's off currently. These things draw about, I want to say 11 to 10 watts each on number 2 setting, and these are drawing about 2 or 3 watts. I am going to do a video breaking down what the wattage is for things around your common pop-up camper like my 2280 ESP. I think it'll help give you an understanding what things are drawing, how much battery you need. For instance, the one thing that I see pop up time and time again, people don't realize that heater fan is pulling 3 amps an hour, which is a lot. If you have a 100 amp hour battery and it's AGM, you can only use 50% of it, so that's 50 amps you can use. You sleep for 10 hours, 8 hours, and your battery's dead after one night, basically. So look forward to seeing that in the future. I'll do a breakdown of pretty much everything in the camper, what the wattage. I can't be more happy on this modification, guys. It's a simple one. If you're comfortable with wiring, check out the links down below for the fans and these 12-volt USB plugs. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next one.